Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live from the City of Entertainment. Welcome to the MGM Grand Las Vegas, Nevada. Matchroom Sport proudly present the PartyPoker.net Mosconi Cup. Coming to you live here on Sky Sports HD. Our referee in charge of the actions, Michaela Tab. We have a 30-second shot clock. It's now time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Team USA! And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the reigning and defending Mosconi Cup champions. Ladies and gentlemen, Team USA!
Yeah, the 10 players in the arena now, raring to go. But first, let's have a quick look at them in a bit more detail. This is them. Let's have a quick look at the players. I think if we've got them, if we haven't, we'll come back to speak to the non-playing captains, I think, shall we? I'm with Charlie and Johan now. The non-playing captains, Charlie and Johan, are with me. Charlie, you've played in 5 Mosconi Cups before. How important is that experience? Is that as a non-playing captain? What can you give to your players, knowing that you've been there, done it, and seen it?
Well, the biggest thing is that I know exactly how they feel because I've been in that position playing as a rookie and playing as a veteran on a team. So it's important for me to know how each player feels, especially the newer guys, and basically use will help me basically get through those tough times in the Mosconi Cup and basically pass it on to those guys, make them comfortable as I can. Lots
of pressure on you as a non-playing captain. A complete, I imagine, different pressure to when you're out there. Are you nervous at all?
Oh, yeah, of course. I was nervous when they first asked me. So it's a lot of pressure. Also because these guys are all champions, but they're also depending on me to basically, give them something extra that's going to help them pull together as a team. So, yeah, it's definitely pressure, even as a non-playing captain.
Johan, let me ask you a couple of questions, because obviously you don't have experience of playing in the Mosconi Cup, but you do have experience of knowing what it takes to lift it as well. You've lifted it twice and drawn it once. You've never lost. So what have you got over Charlie then?
Well, as a captain, a little bit of experience, but he's also a coach, so I don't think we're about even there. Only on the Mosconi Cup, I'm a little bit more experienced.
Okay, let's have a look at the order of play today. The first day of 4 we have, 5 points on offer. We start with a team match, America against Europe. Each player will play 1 rack each. Our second match is the first of 2 doubles matches today. It features the Scorpion, Johnny Archer, against Big Bubba Sean Putnam. He's playing against debut boy Chris Melling and someone that's been there, done it and seen it, Nick Vandenberg. The Rocket Rodney Morris takes on the Terminator Nils Fine in the first singles match of the day, and then Sean Van Boning and the other debut boy Mike Shane take on Dynamite Darren Appleton, who was last year just incredible, the MVP in Bethnal Green in York Hall last year. Wonderful performance. He's joined by the Kaiser Ralph Souquet, and we finished this evening's play with Shane Van Boning against Chris Melling. I'll ask you, Charlie, first. What's behind your thinking of putting the players in that order and pairing up the doubles players?
Our thinking is that, we want to win all 5 matches. So basically, we talked to a lot of guys. I did a lot of observations. We had some team meetings too, talking to some of the veterans, seeing who should be paired up with who. So we tried to put together, the best possible team. We also factored in what Johan might put together, line up. But to be honest with you, it wasn't a big factor. because, you know, they have a great lineup. So you can't really sit there too long figuring out what the other team's going to do. You got to figure out what the best guys you have to put out there first. So that's our lineup. We're pretty happy with it. And so we'll go see what happens today.
Yeah, and I noticed that in previous Mosconi Cups, where Europe have struggled has been the doubles. You look at the doubles pairing today, very, very strong on the opening day.
Well, I think we have a pretty even team, and of course we have Darren with the back-to-back US Open winner, Rolf with a lot of experience, so we put them together. And actually Charlie kind of stole my answer, because we do think a little bit about what the Americans were going to do, but in the end you're looking at your own team, your own strength, and that's what we made the pairs of.
Okay, well listen, best of luck. Let's hear it for the team captains of USA and Europe, everyone. Best of luck, guys. Right, time to get day one well and truly underway. Let's join our boys in the box. Jerry Forsyth, and first up, the wonderful Jim White.
Great to be here, and I can tell you the players are honored and ecstatic to be here too. Look at that picture, Team USA. All the fans in attendance, they've waited all year long for this event, sold out, packed to the rafters. Jerry, this is the Mosconi Cup.
Indeed it is, and we always are excited to be at this event. This is the greatest one. And this first match, with all 5 players on both teams playing, I'm going to be looking for any weaknesses and, of course, any strengths.
It's so important to establish yourself, and obviously the pressure is there. Players know it, fans know it, all our viewers know it too, and look at that for first leg. And you know something? I think that's just how close this match is going to be.
Yeah, Michaela's going to have to take a long look at this one to see who wins the lag, who gets that first break. She may call for a relag.
Well, she does have the eagle eye, and Europe just takes it. Rodney Morris acknowledges it. Ralph Souquet picking Morris on the lag. So Team Europe, it is alternating breaks. And I can tell you that Team Europe has only won once in their 5 visits now here to the MGM Grand. Back in 2007, they beat USA on home soil. And USA is hoping that all that fan support being here back in Las Vegas is going to work in their favor.
Souquet has asked for a slight adjustment on the final balls in the last row of 2 of the rack. That done, he will take the diamond apart for us first.
First rack, Europe to break.
And it's going to be Ralph Souquet up against Shane Van Boening on his first rack. And Souquet with the break.
Well, he was trying to slide that one ball into the side pocket. That barely missed.
Okay, pick up the magic rack, but a dry break from Europe and Souquet. 3 balls passing the head string. That makes it legal. Every ball pocketed counts as a ball having passed the head string. And the man who, in my mind, and I'm sure, Jerry, you'll agree, the best player on Team USA on current form, Shane Van Boening.
Indeed he is. Shane is in fine form. I watched him play last week, and this is going to be a hard man to beat. But he's got a tough shot to begin with. Bet all he can do here is try to get a good duck out of it.
You mean like that?
Yeah, sort of like that, Jim.
Great shot. One cushion escape, it looks like now for Ralph. Unless he can jump over the edge of this 7. Very close.
It's a big ball. If he can get to the right part of that rail, Jim, I look for him to make this shot.
I want to illustrate. You want me to cue you? One just makes its way to the side pocket. And as he left an edge of the 2. Very good control of that cue ball.
Yeah,
Getting as close to that top cushion, Jerry.
No place to put the 2-ball. Shane will take a long look here. He'd love to hide Suke completely from this shot that he's going to turn over to him.
He's left the two exposed here. This is a real cat and mouse to open things up. The first rack, day one, first match. And everyone on the edge of their seats to see how this one will unfold.
Well, they'll play this cat and mouse game until someone gains a clear advantage.
Extension.
And you heard that 30-second shot clock being used here. Each player allowed an extension. And Ralph just takes his in this rack. Shane's still got his.
Suke goes for distance as well as a blocker.
Ralph recently inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame. It was a terrific ceremony and an honor. It was just a question of time when that man would be recognized. What a player he has been in his career. Six over the corner. He's trying to get it, leave the two there. Needs that cue ball to stop.
Oh, he hooked himself, Jim. Not the result that Shane was seeking there, of course. This is going to be a tough safety here. Oh, my, what a shot. What a shot from Shane Van Bonen. Well, that's why he's the best in the country.
You know, over the years, Shane has not enjoyed the success that you would expect in the Mosconi Cup. Of the 4 matches that he's played, or 4 years he's played 20 matches, he's won 9 of them. Would you believe he's less than a 50-50 winner, Shane?
That's a hard stat to swallow.
What a shot that is. He's not out of the woods yet, though, Jerry. He's still got to pull a few shots out, but he's the right man to do it.
Yeah, he's having trouble getting in line. He may be able to get in line off of this shot, but it's a tough shot to make. These pockets are very small. Well, he's in line now.
Yeah, he's got to just avoid that 8 ball, Jerry.
Right.
Knock this in and miss that 8. Cue ball's going to track back up for the 7.
Oh, my. I did say these pockets were small. And the nerves are large. It's not a good combination.
Yeah, that won't help Shane to build any confidence, will it?
No, it won't. I mean, if this were a normal player coming to the table, you'd be saying that the cue ball will be tracking away from the 5 and away from the 7. But Suke has a lot of cue ball control. Ralph will have to reach for this one.
Yeah, he knew he couldn't stay close to it, Jerry, but this is a tall order, this shot, especially given that you know his nerves won't have settled yet.
Suke has nerves.
Oh, great shot from the Kaiser.
Look at that speed control.
To the 8. Definitely worth another look. Never touch the cushion.
That's why he's one of the go-to guys. Ralph Suke looking to draw first blood.
win the first rack in the race to 6. High fives all around. Good performance from the Kaiser, but fair to say, Jerry, it was manufactured by the miss from Van Boning.
And no one is more aware of that than Van Boning.
Team Europe in their chairs. Next up, it's going to be the Scorpion, Johnny Archer, up against El Nino, Nick Vandenberg. A lot of people thinking Vandenberg, well, he might be one of the weak links on Team Europe. I'm not so sure if either of these teams have a weak link. Great players, front to back. And there you can see the lineup, the order of play on day one. Archer and Putnam, good buddies. They'll be making up the second match in the doubles pairing. Interesting match at the end there. Chris Melling, the rookie, up against Shane Van Boning. Boy, that's a big point. And that'll be to close out day one.
Nick. Yeah, no.
Johnny just pleasing
Thank you,
himself
second
with the rack.
USA to break. Trailing by 1 rack to 0.
Known as one of the best breakers in the game. Let's see if Mr. Archer can squeeze that one ball into a side pocket and continue shooting. Yes, indeed. One ball is down. Does the two ball set up for a shot?
Plenty of balls past the head string to make it legal.
Yeah, but what do you do with that two ball?
Start the clock.
And Archer will just have a look, survey the land here. In his mind, he'll be looking for a pattern to try and remove these. But as you said, Jerry, the two.
Yeah, even if you were to make the two, how would he get to the three? I think he's got to choose the more conservative path here and go safe. Boy, it looks like he's aiming that up, though, Jim. Wow. Didn't get paid because he is a long way from that three ball.
Well, that 3 in close proximity to the 9. He can see the 3, and he's looking at the 3-9 now. I wonder if he could play this, Jerry, and try to take that cue ball back up behind cover.
I don't know, but if he makes that 3-9 combination, that would be a real shot to the gut for Team Europe.
Yeah, it would. You can see it's not dead set. So in his mind, he's playing that 3 into an imaginary spot on the rail. And he's looking at the 3-9 here. No, safety. Safety all the time. But what a safety it is. He came over and had a look at the 3-9. Fooled us into thinking he was going to go for it.
Vandenberg has a very hard time just hitting this 3 because the cue ball is just nestled up against the 4.
Extension.
One cushion at speed.
If he comes out safe with this, it will be a miracle. He's going to hit it. But that's not at all a satisfactory result.
Well, Johnny will be looking at this into the bottom left corner. Just try and hold the cue ball. Keep at the top end of the table, leave the 4 next. But again, these are missable, given the circumstances.
Especially early on. It takes a while to adjust to the table.
That's a good shot. A confidence booster for sure. But this all manufactured by the snooker that Archer laid on Vandenberg.
Well, this table just opened up very nicely for Mr. Archer. He's got a clear pattern now to the finish line. pulling out his cue extender so that he doesn't have to use the bridge. But look how long away from his bridge hand the tip of that cue is.
An event that started back in 1994. The 18th Mosconi Cup. Remembering the early days, and as Archer looks on, he's playing in his 14th Mosconi Cup, tying Ralph Souquet and Mika Immonen from Team Europe for the most appearances.
Only real challenge left is speed control from the 8 to the 9. Great shape. That should get the job done.
Check that cue ball with left-hand side spin.
Johnny Archer, solid as a rock on a pool table.
Well, he knows that he's going to be counted on here, Jerry, heavily. He's got to lead by example. He's got all the experience. He knows what it takes.
Yeah, the rest of the team really looks up to this man. We've got a tie game right now, 1-1. Next up, Sean Putnam versus Niels Fayen.
Good performance from Archer, though. Kept the handcuffs on Vandenberg and never really gave Nick a chance. And two players now in Niels and Sean Putnam.
But, you know, that's one of the keys of team play. In individual play, you're always trying to frustrate your opponent. But on a team play, you've got to pick a couple of guys on the other team and really try and hold them down so that they're strong and trying to get their score up so that they're not embarrassed. If they can find a couple of guys that they can keep down, either team, it's heavily to their advantage.
Absolutely. I mean, this is all about momentum. Anything that involves team play, you know, you try and build on that emotion and you try and pass the baton over to the next player coming in and hope that he carries it through.
Rack 3, 2. Yeah, seems to be.
No, just not quite happy with the rack. Niels asking Michaela to just check it one more time. The magic rack being used here in the Mosconi Cup for the first time, as is this beautiful diamond table
one rack each,
making its debut in the most prestigious pool event in the world. 1-1 your score, the race to 6.
Well, Niels also deposited the 1 ball, but has a problem with that 2.
Well, the players will all be taking note of this. Niels getting that 1 into the side, and that was far from as hard as Niels can hit them, and yet 3 balls passing the head string, so you can bet they're all paying attention.
Well, the magic rack does make the balls lean against one another so that they come apart more easily with a lot more force. So getting the balls up table, I don't think will be a problem this week.
Just a little short of intended speed. He'd like to have got that cue ball behind colors.
Yeah, but he certainly didn't leave a bowl of cherries here. Someone might think that 2-6 is an easy carom. Well, it may be, but where's the 2 ball going to wind up? Too risky.
Good shot from Sean there. Using the 7 to hold the 2 near that rail. And good speed on the cue ball as well. Runner-up, recently completed U.S. Open 9-ball championships. He lost that to Darren Appleton, the man who sits across from him in a blue shirt.
Yeah, but I can tell you, Sean played beautiful pool that week. In fact, he's been playing beautiful pool all year long.
There's Darren.
Time needs to keep going.
Two-time U.S. Open 9-ball champion back-to-back. Only been done 2 other times
Benson.
by Nick Varner and Mika Immonen. And how strong, when you think about that, Jerry, how strong is Team Europe when Mika Immonen doesn't make it up?
That is a shock not to see Immonen out there. Immonen just hasn't had his greatest year this year, but you'll see him back in the Mosconi Cup, no doubt.
Oh, nice shot from Niels. Trying to hold Sean at bay here, but Sean may be going for the short cue. And we could see our first airborne shot of this year's Cup.
Well, now this takes some courage here. If he's going for the shot. Now, he may have a safety in mind, but either way, this is not an easy shot to control. And this could be the advantage that Fayen needs.
It's definitely a chance.
Yeah.
Niels has a nice angle on the 2 to get the cue ball back for the 4 in the middle of the table.
Yeah, if he gets in line on that 4, this could be over. That's not perfect.
No, but being right-handed, he should be able to keep that white below the 9, 5 to the same pocket.
He's in great shape on the 5, except that he may be so straight that he's going to have to draw back off the rail he's shooting from to get to the 6.
Neil's one of those players, Jerry, that every time I see him play, he just looks so cool and calm out there. I mean, he's almost a settling influence to his teammates.
Well, he keeps himself in great physical condition, and that helps a lot when you're out there trying to control that adrenaline.
Well, just a little awkward here. He liked a little more angle on this 7. He's going to draw this off that side cushion and get back down for the 8. But given that he had a little angle, he had to thump it in at more speed. That worked out pretty well.
Well, this story is over. 9-ball down. Europe leads our match 2-1.
Timeout. Timeout. Timeout.
It's all about emotion and solidarity. And Niels Fayen winning that rack. High-fiving his teammates again. They're going to try to create a wave here, and they want to keep that wave rising. And there you can see, again, the
Rack
order
4,
of play,
USA
day
to
1.
break, trailing by 2 racks to 1.
All teams, all players involved here in this opening match. And then we'll see doubles action followed by singles action.
This is one of the most interesting moments I've been waiting for. Our first shot of Mike Duchesne in the Mosconi Cup. He is the rookie, and this is going to be quite a test for this young man. For those of you who have never seen Duchesne play before, he is a powerhouse.
Bedhead, Mike Duchesne. What a player he is. And, you know, I'll tell you, just like the rookie on Team Europe's side, Chris Melling, is there anyone more confident than Mike Duchesne?
Probably not in the world. They call him the Fireball for good reason. Well, this layout could help calm any nerves he may have. If this 3-ball goes down, the 4-ball waits for him by the corner pocket. No trouble balls, no clusters. Uh-oh, he didn't really want to hit that 6-ball, but it hasn't harmed him at all.
Yeah, he's got the 5 on the other side of the table.
Mike DeShane is a real fun guy to be around. He knows how to have a good time.
Yeah, this is huge for Mike. Get some feel out there, better understanding of the pressure and the emotion involved in the Mosconi Cup.
Nice stroke. Came off a little long, but that's not going to hurt him because look where the 8-ball is. All he has to do is make the shot. I don't think this rack took too long, Jim.
Jerry, I expect big things from both Mike and Chris this year.
I do too, but Chris is just a spectator in this match.
You're right about that. Mike DeShane breaks and runs out. Chris Melon with a handshake, but there's some performance, and Team USA needed it. Back to 2-2 in the race to 6. The Rocket against Darren Appleton next.
I think a lot of doubts about Mike DeShane's ability to control his emotions in this Mosconi Cup have just been erased.
That'll go a long ways to settling Mike DeShane into his first Mosconi Cup. First of many, the way that young man plays. He and Shane Van Boning, the future of pool here in USA. And I think in a lot of people's minds, as you see the packed arena here at the MGM Grand, it's about a mile walk from the reception here, so everybody has to be in shape making their way down here. But how about the lineup this morning, Jerry? About 2 hours before the start of play, they were queuing up with the tickets in hand, vying for the best seats in the house.
Yeah, they were out the door and all the way through the lobby.
Rack 5, Europe to break 2 racks each.
Well, so far, it's been a matter of holding serve. Well, Appleton with the break. It's the 5th rack in the race to 6. 2-2 the score for the all-important first point. No friends there, Jerry. Got a ball off the break.
That is a cruel roll. The way that 3-ball rolled out in front of him. It always seems like it's the last ball rolling that gets in your way.
Darren having a look at this. Never easy to push out when a ball is in close proximity to a pocket. And he doesn't have a lot of areas to push out if he does decide to push out. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Going to push out to a kick shot. I think he'll get this one back, Jim. Maybe not, but I think he will.
Yeah, this is a tough one. This is a tough one for Rodney here. This is an easy kick, and a kick with a little bit of control, I think. Yeah, that was a little bit of poker from Rodney Morris there.
Pure theater.
Chalked up.
Of course, it's always difficult to turn a table back over to a player like Darren Appleton.
Yeah, the way he played at the U.S. Open was phenomenal. He never looked like getting beat. And he went through and won the Challenge of Champions next.
Very interesting kick shot here.
Well, a chance at the 1, but position to the 2, that's another story.
Yeah, if he were to make this, he'd have to go all the way up and down the table. But it looks like he just measured up a safety, sending the 1 ball, 2 rails and out. Oh, the cue ball, 2 rails and out.
Well, this is a better chance now for Darren. A chance at the 1, and it does offer the angle to bring the cue ball back down for the 2.
This is why you play safeties, to get this type of opportunity.
Well, obviously, not to Darren's liking. Must have felt he had a little too much angle, Jerry, I think.
Yeah, and the 1 is open, but it really offers no opportunity to get back on the 2 ball. It really isn't going to help to make this 1.
Yeah, this is real tough to get it safe.
It's an almost impossible safety. I just don't see how he does it.
You know what? The only safe that I can see is maybe trying to kick it off the top cushion, but he's not. He's going to try and throttle this in, I guess. Yeah, there was just no value, even had he made it. Look at the shot at the 2.
Well, Rodney will have to think about that one.
One good positional shot from Darren Appleton here, and should lay the framework for this 5th rack.
A little close to the 1, but this is quite a player. It shouldn't bother him.
He was the MVP last year at York Hall.
Pin extension,
he knows
USA,
what it takes.
Please.
Ooh, what a cruel roll with that cue ball coming to rest right behind the 7. Now he's got to have an awkward bridging situation.
Yeah, get used to that look from Darren Appleton. I'll tell you what, he's like a bulldog. And one look at his face will tell you how he feels about each and every shot. Oh, what a reply.
Got a bit of a good fortune there, though, because that 9 ball could have rolled off a little bit to the left and left him hooked. Instead, he's got a path to the finish line.
A little more angle than he would have liked on this 5. But again, the natural path for the cue ball down towards the 6. Play this into the top right corner.
Can he avoid the 7? He's going for the side pocket.
Oh, this is tougher. This is tougher.
Needs it to roll.
Oh, Darren, how's your luck?
That was a very creative shot.
Yeah, risky, Jerry. He brought the 9 and the side pocket into play with that one. But, as they always say, the sweetest fruit is out on the limb. For a 3-2 lead. He gets it and keeps Europe's nose just in front. Darren Appleton, dynamite they call him. No shortage of emotion from him, let me tell you. But it all comes away from the table.
And neither side has yet won 2 consecutive games.
Or against the break. Every team that is broken has won that rack. But what a good shot there on the 5. Fraught with danger, but enjoyed the rewards. And we go back to the start of it all. Shane Van Boning up against Ralph Souquet. And this time it's going to be Van Boning with the break.
Ralph won their last match. Shane will be looking to even that score.
And just looking at Shane as we wait, and as I've said, this was started back in 1994. It's our 18th Mosconi Cup, and as we see Ralph Souquet, a few of the European thoughts and prayers go out to a good friend, Lee Tucker. He played in the very first Mosconi Cup, and Lee is fighting some health issues right now, and I can tell you that he's going to be getting married to his girlfriend Jackie in Essex. But we all, Lee, you're in our hearts, and we hope you're enjoying the Mosconi Cup back in England, mate. And Van Boning at the table now.
Well, the one ball missed the side pocket.
Yeah, he used the soft break, Jerry, but I'll tell you what, nothing found gravity. And a chance for the Kaiser, the ones in the open. Amazing that Shane just doesn't dominate in the Mosconi Cup the way that he does in every other event.
Start the clock.
Boy, he's left Souquet a birthday cake here.
And this is what Team Europe was looking for, a chance to break serve. Get a little wind in their sails, Jerry. The race to 6.
Yeah, if Team Europe wins this one, they'll have a 4-2 lead and a race to 6. That's huge. This man plays such good position that he makes the game appear very, very simple.
They call him the Kaiser, but I'll tell you what, another nickname that he's known by is the Surgeon. And when he's at the table, he does put on a clinic, Ralph Souquet.
Well, that's why he's in the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest ever.
You ever want to model your game after anybody, this guy's as good a choice as there is. It's all business. Emotionless, stoic at the table. He is the consummate professional, Ralph Souquet.
He certainly is, Jim. He's never been a braggart. Always contained, always polite, nice to the fans. A great representative of the game.
And back in Germany, Jerry, he's educating himself now to become an instructor. So he's looking at a little bit of life after competition, though the way he still plays, that's a few years away.
That's going to be a while. Souquet takes the rack. Goes back to his chair, knowing he's done his job.
Yeah, and for the first time, Europe 4-2 in front. There's going to be plenty more Mosconi Cup action coming your way. Stay with us. We're in Las Vegas, and more specifically at the MGM Grand, right on the Strip, corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Tropicana, and that's where the Mosconi Cup is coming your way. There's the order of play on day 1. Right now, Team Europe enjoying a 4-2 advantage over Team USA.
Thank you, rack 7.
Doubles,
Europe
singles
break,
action. It is
racks
all
to
happening. And so important for both of these teams to get off the mark, establish a little momentum. And Nick Vandenberg up against Johnny Archer, and Vandenberg with the break. They played earlier. Archer beat him, but it was Archer that broke when he won that rack.
Best way to beat Johnny Archer, keep him in his chair.
Well, this won't be a legal break, I don't think, Jerry. Only one. Oh,
2 balls down.
And still nothing across the head string, so that's going to bring Archer out of his chair. Vandenberg opting for the soft break. Even though he got 2 balls down, nothing went across the head string. And for those of us watching right now and you at home, just to remind you, 3 balls have to pass that head string. And every ball pocketed counts as a ball having passed the head string.
Yeah, a softer break helps squeeze that one into the side, but you can't hit them so soft that you don't move the balls around.
Carefully, Michaela Tabb extricates the magic rack. Archer finds a little humor in it.
I'm in my comfort zone. Start the clock.
Well done, Michaela.
Yes, Michaela Tabb and Ken Schumann will be our referees for this year's Mosconi Cup. 1 European referee, 1 American referee.
I'm going to be looking for how Mr. Archer solves the 6-ball problem. Now, he can run into it after he makes the 5, but that's pretty risky.
You know what, Jerry? That may be the only way to attack that 6, unless it goes. He's having a look at it right now. Very close into that corner pocket. That's
Extension.
exactly what, well, you can see that 6 does go. He can easily leave himself the angle. He's having a little conference with his partner, Rodney Morris.
Shape on the 5 ball is going to be huge. Obviously, the 4 ball is going to go down, but watch the position that the cue ball takes.
Yeah,
well, that's an easy way to do it. He's going to break it up.
Yeah, leaves the angle, Jerry. And now he's got a choice. He can play on the 6, draw over to the left-hand cushion. You know something? If that 6 passes, and we've already had confirmation it does, that's the way to go. Pull the cue ball over to the left-hand side, back out to leave the 6 into the same pocket.
Make the 5 first.
Perfect.
There we go.
Well, not perfect, but not bad. Big shot coming here, though. Just overhit that a little bit. Interesting, though, when Morris came out of his chair to offer a little advice, the 2 elder statesmen. Oh, that's a good shot. He had to feather that in. You see Melanie and Johnny's son Lee, wife and son, in attendance there. I saw them this morning in the lobby. They were going out for a run about 7:30 this morning.
The problem now is the cue ball wants to move well away from the 8 ball on this shot. Archer controls it nicely.
Well, Johnny looks like he brought his A game to Las Vegas. He doesn't often leave it at home, does he, Jerry?
I was going to say, that's the same game he takes everywhere. Archer takes this 9 ball down. Draws America ever closer.
The Scorpion 2 for 2. Swipes that one against the break of Europe. And they needed to break serve once. 4-3 still in Europe's favor, but Big Bubba Sean Putnam will be up against Niels Fyen. And it'll be Putnam to break. So slight advantage back over to the American side.
You know, I don't know if you've noticed, but Big Bubba's not as big as he used to be. He's been doing a little conditioning.
Well, I understand he ordered a XXX team shirt, and that was a little too big, so they had to go down an X. So he's, what is that? Is less eating, Jer, or a little bit of exercise?
Actually, he's working out, trying to do conditioning. I mean, you've noticed this in the last 10 years. pool players have really taken conditioning a lot more seriously than they ever did in the past. Sean is the house pro, by the way, at Johnny Archer's pool room in Atlanta.
USA to break, trailing by 4 racks to 3.
And making his second appearance in the Mosconi Cup this year. Ball into the side, and 2 balls past the head string, so that's a legal break. He just now wants shape on that too, and he's got it.
Oh, he's going to be a happy man with this.
Start the clock.
Just needs to get comfortable on the 3 ball after this shot. Everything else is down at the same end of the table. He'll be not having to move the cue ball around too much at all.
It was back in 2005 when Sean came to Las Vegas as part of Team USA.
Watch this roll.
Oh, that's cruel. That is so cruel.
Sean can't believe it.
Just slightly overhit this.
Yeah. He had a great break shot, had everything he needed, and then gets this roll. Well, the table's new, the cloth is new, the table's fast. It just takes a while to adjust to the speed.
And you know, Jerry, that's a very valid point. These players don't get a chance to settle in. They're playing 1 rack here in this team effort. That's hard. That's a tough pill to swallow for Putnam.
It is, because if you, I know you noticed this, that Sean hit the brake harder than anyone else so far and still managed to squeeze that 1 into the side. It was a great brake shot. He just didn't get paid for good work.
And now he's gift wrapped this rack to Niels, and that'll leave Team Europe just 1 away from the first point. Boy, he hammered that one. He hit that miles too hard.
Yeah, a lot of frustration on his face a moment ago, and now he's got to settle back in, get back into the game.
Now that's the type of shot, though, Jerry. I mean, you underhit before overhit because you can always play it into the corner pocket. Very surprising shot selection from Niels there. Some work to do, and this should have been easy.
Yeah, but we've seen Niels solve problems a lot worse than this one.
There's how you spell relief. A little powder just to allow that cue to flow smoothly through your bridge hand.
Extension.
Calling for his extension. And that buys himself another 30 seconds.
He would like to get the cue ball just a little bit past the 8 so that the cue ball floats naturally back down toward the 9, but he's not going to be able to do that. He's going to have to settle for a draw shot. That's a little more difficult.
Just a little tricky here, Jerry, because he wants to draw this, and it looks like the path that cue ball will be taken will be very close to that corner he's going to be bridging over. So he's just got to be a little guarded on this.
This is called short side shape.
And it was tracking, but see, you can see he was so aware of it. He underhit it just slightly. Still a 9 he'd expect to get.
This to put his team on the hill. And the thrill of the first hill belongs to Team Europe, courtesy of Niels Fyen.
Yes, another win for Fyen. He beat Sean earlier and now takes him 1 rack away. And there'll be a lot more action coming your way, folks. It just doesn't get any better. The Mosconi Cup, as it heats up here, this first point, you're going to hear the roof come down. If Europe secures it, I know there were about 60 people that made their way across the Atlantic to cheer on Team Europe. You'll hear every one of those 60 applauding if Team Europe take the first point.
Well, this will be a nice match. We're going to have Mike DeShane again up against Chris Melling. Now, you'll remember that Mike blanked Chris in the last rack. He broke and ran, so Chris is going to be looking for a bit of revenge here.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And Chris having a look at the rack as well, Jerry. Comes into this Mosconi Cup. What a performance he's had this year. From the world of English 8-ball, he dominated there. He was a world champion in that discipline. And I'll tell you, the confidence that Chris Melling exudes,
Rack 9, Europe to break.
you may be seeing him win a world title very soon in this particular discipline.
And how satisfying would it be for a rookie to manage to secure the first point for his team? Watch that cue ball. It's going to find gravity. Disappears. Ball in hand to Mike DeShane. Don't ever do that.
Well, you can't legislate for that. Cue ball was kicked into the corner pocket.
Yeah.
See there by the 5.
Start the clock.
They'll just let this cue ball roll forward a little bit. Take the 3 in the opposite corner. Oh, that's too far.
Yeah, that was a poor shot from Mike. And
Yeah,
now I think he's got to run for cover, Jerry.
Yeah, he seemed to rush that last shot and stretched as well.
Extension.
Can he push that 3 past the 8 and use the 8 as a blocker here? No, he's going to use the 6th ball. Nicely thought out.
Good continued shot from the fireball there. You're not a fan of the fireball, Mike's nickname? You like the pain.
I liked his old one. They used to call him Mike the Pain DeShane because it's painful to play someone this talented. But fireball's okay.
Big hit this one for Chris. I think he's happy to get back to the table, even looking at a shot like this, but this is going to be off that short side.
Extension.
He had no choice. And again, he's going to have to play this at a bit of speed and trust to luck.
Hit it. Now he needs a roll. Gets it.
Great escape from Chris Melling there. And now it's Mike DeShane's turn as we see the replay that Chris would like to see about 10 more times. Off that side cushion.
Oh, this may not work out at all. Well, let's see. The 3 balls by the side pocket, the 4 balls by a pocket, 5 balls close to a pocket. Shall I continue?
Well, the first time they played, Chris never got out of his chair, save to offer congratulations to DeShane. This time, we get a chance to see the European rookie, first player to secure his place in the Mosconi Cup for Team Europe this year. Such was his domination on the other side of the Atlantic.
Would love to have this cue ball out around mid-table. He may do better.
He doesn't waste a lot of time at the table either, does Chris.
No, he's a real natural player. Plays off his instincts. He doesn't try to overthink anything. He sees the pattern so quickly.
And he's got the confidence of all his teammates. They know what he's capable of. To secure the first point for Team Europe. Gets the 9, and Team Europe open their account in the 18th Mosconi Cup. They lead Team USA secures the 9. And Team Europe, with the wave of emotion that you know they're hoping will grow, it's hugs and high fives all around for the European side.
Stay in your chairs. We're going to be back in a moment with another great match. But for right now, stay with us.
We can tell you that still to come, doubles and singles action. It's going to be Archer and Putnam for Team USA up against Chris Melling and Nick Vandenberg. So Melling will stay at the table. Partner Nick Vandenberg hoping to continue on with the momentum that he helped secure. What a way for Europe to start things out here on day one. Tremendous start. You can bet, Jerry, as things start to build, all of these early points, they go under the magnifying glass because some of these become very pivotal, these matches.
Oh, yeah, especially the way the momentum changed in the latter half of that match. Europe just got on a roll.
And I can tell you that Andy has tracked down Darren Appleton, and I'd like to hear Darren Appleton's thoughts.
Indeed, the perfect start as well for defending champions. Darren Appleton is with me now. He's been told off by Michaela Tab as well for leaving his cue equipment on the table. Good to see you again, Darren, and a great start for Team Europe.
Yeah, really happy with the start. The format changed a little bit this year from last year. We had to go out there on his own, which adds a hell of a lot more pressure because you're a bit cold and you haven't got any help from your friends really. So it added a lot more pressure. I played the first rat there and I was really shaking badly, but I managed to keep my head still.
Tell me a bit about Chris Melon as well, because he's making his debut in this year's Mosconi, very much like you obviously have done. And the first time he's played twice, and the second one was when he won the rack that gave Team Europe the first point of the night. But his first match, he didn't even get a shot. That must be so frustrating for a player making his debut and not really giving anyone the opportunity to see what he's all about.
Yeah, obviously he didn't get a shot in his first game, and it's like the worst possible start. But in the end, it worked out perfect because he managed to win the rack to get the point for us, which is going to give him a lot of belief now. And I think he's going to go on and play really well in this tournament.
Tell me a bit about Team Europe this year, because last year's team was so strong, and from day one, really, it was all Europe. They were just leading the way, and they looked so powerful. And America didn't really look as though they had it there to win. This year, the Americans look like they've got the belief to do it, but the European team, compared to teams that you've played in fast before and obviously watched on TV, how do you rate this one?
I think with this team, we didn't have to gel at all. Like, we just automatically come together as a team. So I think we're a lot more relaxed this year than we've ever been. And I think that rubs off on the team. We all playing really, really good in practice. So we're just hoping to take it to the match table now. But I think we all feel really calm in ourselves, and we're pretty sure we're going to win again.
Well, you said you were shaking when you were playing. You played a wonderful shot we've got here. Just talk us through the shot, Darren.
Yeah, I took it in the middle because if I took it into the corner pocket, I was going to kiss into the 7 ball, which wouldn't got me position on the 6. So I thought just take it in the side, avoid the scratch, and I should get pretty good shape on the 6, and it works out great.
A few players already we've seen today have overcooked shots. They've rolled on maybe 6 inches. Is that because it's a brand new table, or is it because of the atmosphere in here, or what?
Yeah, the table's playing really slick. It's slided, but at the same time it's playing beautiful. But first match, it's really nervous for all the players, so it's just a case of just getting into it. And I think now, like, the players are going to settle down, and you're going to start seeing like a lot quicker pace of pull.
Okay. Well, listen, well done. Great start as well. Let's hear it for Darren Appleton, everyone. Well done, Darren. We're going to have a very quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, more Mosconi Cup live right here on Sky Sports. See you in a sec. Welcome back to the 18th Mosconi Cup, live and exclusive on Sky Sports. Remember, it's 4 days play. This is obviously day one, the order of play. It's the race to 11. We've just seen Team USA against Team Europe. Every player on show playing 1 rack each. And as you can see, defending champions, Team Europe winning by 6 racks to 3. And Chris Melon putting the all-important ball there, making his debut as well in this year's Mosconi Cup. This is what we're going to have for you tonight. Next up is the Scorpion Johnny Archer, who's 43 years old, comes from Georgia, and would you believe he's making his 15th appearance in this year's Mosconi Cup. Quite incredible. He's partnered with Sean Putnam, and they are up against debut boy Chris Melling and Nick Vandenberg. We have 2 singles matches this afternoon, or this evening for you guys as well. The first one features the Rocket Rodney Morris against Niels Fyen, and we have 2 doubles as well. And we finish with a singles match. The players are just getting ready to come down. It's all a little bit tense here in the arena. It's the first day's play. No one really wants to go 2 or 3 points behind. 5 points on show tonight, and it's so important for either team, obviously, to get off to a massive start. No one really wants to fall behind by anything more than 1. 3-2 would do, I suppose, both teams, but it is the race to 11. And we're in the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, and it's the first day's play, and our second match is just about to get underway. Let's join our MC, Mr. John McDonald.
Thank you, and welcome back to the action. We're coming to you live from the City of Entertainment. Welcome back to the MGM Grand Las Vegas, the PartyPoker.net Mosconi Cup. Well, our referee in charge of the action is Ken Schumann. There's a 30-second shot clock. It's time now to meet the players. It's doubles action. Would you please welcome, representing Team USA, it's the Scorpion, Johnny Archer, and Sean Putnam. And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome, representing Team Europe, it's the Young Guns, Chris Melling and Nick Vandenberg.
Team Europe need just 10 more points to win back the Mosconi Cup. How important will match number 2 be? Let's join our boys in the box. Jay Helfort first up. Jerry Forsyth.
I'm against the young boys, Chris Melling and Nick Vandenberg. I'm Jerry Forsyth, proud to be joined in the booth by Jay Helfort.
Hey, nice to be here, Jerry. That was an exciting first match, I'll tell you.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Well, you know, it was decided by that one mistake when Sean Putnam went too far in position.
For the first break. Good luck.
2 40-year-olds representing the United States against 2 30-year-olds representing Team Europe. Johnny has played in the last 14 Mosconi Cups in a row.
Wins the lag.
He's the Iron Man.
Yeah, Vandenberg takes the lag. And they've elected to let Chris Melling do the breaking. You'll see that that's a very good decision in a moment. This man can really do the job on the break shot.
Even though he's a rookie in the Mosconi Cup, he's the #1 ranked player in Europe this year.
And he secured the winning point in the last match.
Yeah.
Coming in on a high.
Kenny Schumann, our referee. They're using the magic rack, which should make it pretty easy to rack the balls.
Yeah, but they've been having a problem with the last 3 balls in this magic rack. I've never seen that happen before.
You know, they might have to try a different magic rack. Every once in a while, you find one that's a little defective.
Sorry.
It shouldn't take that long, Jerry, to rack the balls with the magic rack. Usually you just set them in place and they're there. They all kind of rock together. Well, he says that's it.
Chris agrees. One ball finds its home in the side pocket just as it's supposed to, and look at the shape on the 2-ball, Jay.
Legal break.
Start the clock.
It's a little different in the doubles here, Jerry. Now they alternate shots, not frames.
Playing position for one another. That's tougher than playing position for yourself because you never want to disappoint your partner. But he won't disappoint with that.
Nice looking first rack. This is the way they like it. Everything out in the open.
Yeah, the man to watch here is Putnam. He got such a cruel roll in that last match when he came up hooked after that first shot. And you know he wants to put that out with a win.
That's got to weigh on his mind a little bit.
Better believe it.
You know, Sean is actually the house pro at Johnny's Pool Room in Atlanta.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Pounds the ball to come out with great shape on the 5-ball. Don't need to do much here. The 6-ball obviously parked by the corner pocket.
Team Europe looking good this first rack.
Well, you got to make the cue ball travel a little bit here to get shape on the 8, but I don't think that's the kind of obstacle that Mr. Vandenberg is going to worry too much about.
Extension.
He's taking an extension. Take a long look at it, get the feel of that cue stick in his hand. Ran it just a hair, but not a problem. Not for a shot maker like this man. You just don't see Melling miss very often, do you?
No.
Beautiful pool.
Nick's got a choice here. He can shoot in the side or the corner. Looks like he's going for the side pocket.
Europe takes rack number 1. Hey, we're just getting underway here with this match. Stay with us. We're coming back to Las Vegas in just a moment.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to show what kind of shot you wanted because I was really away from the ball.
Do you fancy?
Welcome back to the MGM Grand and the Mosconi Cup. Here's your order of play today. Of course, you're watching Archer and Putnam versus Melling and Vandenberg. Next, we've got a singles match. Then it'll be doubles again, and we'll complete the day with a great singles match between Van Boning and Chris Melling. Right now, Europe is in the lead, 1-0. Team America looking to do something about that.
This is rack number 2.
They don't want to fall behind 2-0. I know that.
Trailing 1 rack to none.
Sean Putnam to break. Big Bubba.
Kind of makes the pool table look small, doesn't he?
He did have a good year. He just finished second in the U.S. Open to Darren Appleton a couple months ago.
Yeah, he had a great year this year. Shot well every time I saw him. 2 balls down, but where is that 2 ball going to land? Most cruelly, I'm afraid, although it's by the pocket. Now, if he wants to go for this, Jay, he can. Take another look at the break. You see how this sets up. He almost scratches in the side pocket, but avoiding that, he needs a shot on that blue, too, and it just rolls up
Try to go in.
hidden.
Yeah, maybe go in between 8 and 9.
I don't know if there's anywhere he can push out to here. Let's see. If he's shooting at his ball, he's got to masse it.
You know he wants to keep control of this table. There is no push out.
He's shooting like he can hit the edge of the ball, probably rail first.
Rail first, yeah.
Nicely done. This is going to work out okay.
Try to get in between.
Oh, he didn't want to leave Sean that long. He knows Sean had a very frustrating first match.
Well, Sean's got a blood test right here, Jerry.
I'm telling you. Oh, that's going to hurt him. That's really going to get into his mind. But Sean's a strong fella. Take another look. He goes for the shot, obviously, and just ever misses it. I'm telling you, these pockets are very, very tight.
This diamond table is a tough table. This is a table that's used pretty much predominantly in major tournaments in the United States today.
Extension.
And we're going to have to get the cue ball cleaned here.
They don't get a break on the time here, Jerry. The clock is still running.
Melon spears it, draws that cue ball back like it's on a string.
This rack sets up good now.
Certainly does. He'll go out 2 rails, come back across the table for the 5. No, he just decided to hold it. Cool.
He may be going 3 rails for position on the 6 on the side.
Does he get there?
Oh, that's a little short.
That's real short. Now, this is a challenge. If you try to play the 6 in the corner, you could risk a scratch in the side, but you might be able to roll forward enough to play off the point of the side pocket. You want to take that chance at this stage of the Mosconi Cup, Jay?
I'll tell you what, Nick does not like this shot.
I think he's playing a bank.
Boy, this is a break for Team USA right here.
That was a huge break for USA. And they've got Archer to come out and get them in line for the rest of the rack. Can't ask for more than that.
Well, now 1 error by each team.
What do you think? What do you think? Extension.
I don't know. Jerry, in this spot here, it doesn't look to me like you should be thinking too much here.
No, you know what? I think he's just trying to get Sean relaxed, have a little conversation with him, you know. I mean,
get him back in the match.
Get him back in the match. I mean, Johnny knows how to control players.
Johnny's kind of like a playing coach.
Well, talk about experience.
Hit it. Stop, babe.
Got a little bit of a funny angle on the 8 ball here.
That is a funny angle, and he's going to have to turn the cue ball loose if he plays this into the bottom right pocket.
Sean needs to come up with a good shot right here.
He sure does. And he's playing into what we call a blind pocket. He's not looking at the pocket when he shoots.
Shot, Sean.
This is good.
Baby.
He needed that shot.
Johnny goes out there and pumps his teammate. Johnny Archer gets it done. Ties us up at 1. And The Europeans have to know that that is on them. So, Archer and Putnam, I tell you what, I'm impressed with the job that Archer just did mentally on Sean Putnam. There's that 9-ball disappearing.
Well, we remember, Jerry, 2 years ago when Johnny carried Corey Deuel across the finish line a couple times.
Boy,
Same way.
Same way. He really knows what he's doing in this Mosconi Cup.
Some people like to say that they think Johnny Archer is a little bit over the hill. My feeling is a major event like this, he gets totally pumped up. He is